Rhino Build. Complete guide from blueprints to parts and various build. Among other Warframe, Rhino is one of the most desired Warframe by the game player. From initial release, Rhino is the part of this game. The Rhino was introduced in the open beta of Warframe game. Liking of Rhino by players is not just because of his core hard defense. Players like Rhino because of his overall strength against the enemy even in the worst situation. With Rhino fighting side by side, game players experience brutal strength and fascinating action play. Warframe Rhino considers being the tank of the group Warframe. Like other Warframe, Rhino build is not that tough, even beginner can build Rhino and start easily. So if you have just started Warframe, you should go with Rhino. In this Warframe official forum, many players are talking about game style of Rhino. From every start, Rhino is the center of the discussion. Rhino give an extra edge to his team in an upfront fight with intense number of enemy. Because Rhino can deal with heavy fire head-on while delivering the solid punch in return to the enemy. Rhino build requirements. Before you can build Rhino in Warframe game, you need to fulfill all the required items which are necessary to build Rhino. Every Warframe builds on these requirements and most of Warframe have these same requirements. Rhino Blueprint. Complete Rhino build blueprint is divided into 3 basic types of blueprints. Rhino Neuroptics Blueprint, Rhino Chassis Blueprint, Rhino Systems Blueprint. Obtaining all required parts does consume time and a lot of in-game purchase. After successfully acquiring all components, it's time to try out different Rhino build. Choosing among various or it can enhance Rhino defense and attack abilities. Okay guys, let's focus all of our attention towards building Rhino. To be honest, the key factor in Rhino build is your imagination. How creative you can think when it comes to choosing the right parts and aura to build that everyone in your team appraises. There is no doubt having a basic knowledge of aura is necessary, but how well you arrange and use aura according to their usability matters a lot. Buffer is one of those Rhino builds which are more specific than general. Buffer Rhino build has a key objective is to give your selected DPS teammate a huge damage output. Rhino roar ability increase due to this build and each team player attack ability increases as long as they are within your roar range. To give much more benefit of Buffer Rhino build to other teammates, just focus on having all other players within the limited range. To do that, make sure Rhino is within center of the team while activating roar ability. Activate your crowd control option from setting to get a better push start with Rhino stomp ability. Having another aura like overextended for blind raid gives you plus. Rhino is widely known for its defiance ability. Because of rock-hard defense, Rhino gets the title of a tank. The most famous build among top players is full tank build. In this build, Rhino Iron Skin ability comes in handy. This ability gives you extra health points and defense shields. To get the best tank build, add as much as possible armor mods and strength increasing abilities. But better defense ability comes with a trade-off. Your trade-off between primed flow and vitality with rush, equilibrium and redirection. Full tank build provide core hard defense for every type of mission. In particular, credit farm mission on the index required strong defense to complete the mission which Rhino provides. Use our customized invincible tank build, with the perfect combination of defense and offense you need following aura corrosive projection, power drift, steel fiber, iron shrapnel, armored agility, and intensify. As we mentioned earlier, with greater defense comes deficient offense. That's the basic trade-off theory. Rhino, having the best defense among other warframes, gives him the handicap of limited offense power. Rhino Stomp build is still effective for an early mission like Lith and Mezzo etc. Adding auras like fleeting expertise and transient fortitude gives you effective attacking power. Make sure you increase your range and duration. So at the time when Rhino used Stomp ability, enemies within this shockwave paralyze for a longer time. In the start, every player lacked defense against a group of enemy. Due to lack of defense, they face defeat again and again. In this situation, Rhino is the best warframe for beginners. If you are also struggling in defense, then you need to choose Rhino. But selecting Rhino with prior knowledge of auras and which aura to choose will only result in defeat. For beginners, we recommend following auras: Rifle Lamp, Vitality, Streamline, Intensify, Steel Fiber, Continuity and Thief's Wit. Combining all these auras will greatly help you perform steady progress over time. Speedrun Rescue, Sabotage, Spy Mission, Run Rescue. Rhino has a unique set of abilities. These abilities come in handy either you are playing in a team or solo. Brief detail of Rhino abilities are these. If you want to know more about Rhino abilities in detail, see this video till end. Rhino Charge. Rhino charge towards enemy line. While activating shield as defense, which reduces enemy firepower impact. Iron Skin. Rhino can harden his armor and gain few health points as a bonus. Damage impact during this time considerably reduces. Rhino Roar. Rhino Roar ability comes in very handy when Rhino is fighting with a team. This ability gives Rhino and his surrounding allies to enhance their damage power for a shorter span of time. Rhino Stomp. With this ability, Rhino bursts an energy wave. That energy wave slows down all enemies for a small amount of time. During this static state, enemies are easy to kill. Game players can receive Neuroptics Blueprint within the game marketplace at a cost of 15,000 credits. Neuroptics Blueprint required build time is 12 hours, but if you are in a rush you need 25 platinum for instance build. If you are running low on credit, then you can obtain these blueprints from playing game and defeating Jackal at Fossa and Venus. For player information, as per Warframe official blog, each player has 38.72% chances to find Neuroptics Blueprint if players participate 6 to 7 times in a mission and complete successfully. Rhino Chassis Blueprint is also available in-game marketplace for 15,000 credits. However, worry not, the in-game purchase is not the only way. You can collect Chassis Blueprint by defeating Jackal and completing your mission on Fossa and Venus planet. Rhino Chassis Blueprint required 12 hours build time, but you can speed up the build process and complete the build process by expensing out 25 platinum for rush build. Each player on average has 38.72% chances to collect Chassis Blueprint, but players have to join a team for almost 6 to 7 times and play along with them to complete the mission. For successful and complete Rhino build, Systems Blueprint is the last blueprint required. Like other blueprints, Systems Blueprints can be found both in-game market purchases as well as in the game mission. The player needs 15,000 credits to make a purchase. If you are considering purchasing all the blueprints in one go from the marketplace of game. Furthermore, if you believe that is fun and fastest way,